Hello YouTube and welcome to another video based on Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition gameplay as I just take off. Look, around the fog of war. And if I quickly pause it and actually just nip into the setting, put on enable right click camera drag. Back to the game. Yeah, another game of Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. Today it is a guy called Steveno, I think is how that's pronounced if it's in French. Steveno, playing as a Spanish, and me, Joops, playing in the north of the map. And this was a bit of an interesting game. I'm not going to tell you why yet, although you probably might have guessed from the video title. But yeah, this was a bit of an interesting game that I wanted to show you. It was a game that I played yesterday, so it was recent. It was played at about 1500 ELO. I'm just going to talk you through how, I think that this game was won and lost. Bear in mind that I'm not a pro player. This game was played at around 1500 or maybe 1400 ELO actually. I'm close to at the moment. But I'm going to talk you through how I won. Get that bit out. So I'm going to talk you through how the game played out. And I'm just going to talk you through basically a bit of a commentary for you. So we can see Steveno, the Spanish player, in the south of the map. The hunts on this map in particular feel like they're really far away. I mean, look, in the north, I have my one starting hunt, and then this one is kind of too far away. That one can be herded in. I suppose this one can be herded in too. But then, I mean, this one, it feels like this one should maybe be closer. But then I guess it's the same for the other guy as well. But I think Ozzy Drongo said it before, that the hunts on this map, the hunts on this game generally, run away quite quickly. But I think on this map in particular, they're even worse, as we see me picking up a 60 wood treasure, which is pretty good for Russia, because they want to put down that early blockhouse. So that 60 wood's going to help them get up sooner. And it looks like the Spanish player, Steveno, has taken a 75 coin treasure. Look at my deck. I think my deck's pretty standard. Looking for some Age 2 player. I like this card for Russia because they're so food reliant, and 20% isn't to be sniffed at when you combine that with hunting dogs and steel traps. We have a look at Steveno. He's gone for capitalism. I am not sure. We must have. I think I. No, he paused the game. Yeah, that's where that chat's come from. So he's sent capitalism as his second card. I'm not sure if that's standard. He hasn't gone logistician, which is standard for Spain at the moment. Or at least if he has, then he hasn't included any of the cards in his deck. He's gone for his deck no TP, which is bizarre because this map has 5 trading posts. I think it's the only map. It's certainly the only map in 1v1 quick search. It has 5 trading posts, so he's decided to go for his no TP. Maybe he thinks he can't contest them because it's against Russia, and Russia are really, really strong early on, so maybe that's why he's done that. But not what I would have done. But then maybe he's a better player than me, so maybe that's why. It looks like I've just picked up an 80 wood treasure there, so I'm already on 300 wood, and I've literally just aged up, which means that I can get my settlers 3. I usually choose that. You can build it with 4 because it's a blockhouse. You can only build it with 4. I usually choose 3. 4 just feels like too much. I feel like you don't really need 4, so I sent 3. They are quite slow to build, but you can build them in Age 1. Nice, because that means you can start producing units as soon as you hit Age 2. So that's what I went for. I think probably should have built this house out to the front, because then you can combine it with some other buildings and create a little bit of a wall, which is what you want to do against early Russian aggression. And you can pretty much guarantee that a Russian player is going to go for some kind of early aggression because they're pretty much a one-trick pony. As I look to put down a trading post, I noticed that he hasn't gone logistician, or at least he hasn't included the cards in his deck to do so, which means that I can be pretty safe. I'm not going to receive that much early pressure with Spain. He's probably going to go for a fast fortress, so I opt to put down the trading post just to get those shipments in a little bit quicker. He's actually gone for second trading post despite choosing his no TP deck. If I just swap, no TP, no real trading post card. 600, 700 wood, but bit of a strange one from him. Maybe clicked the wrong deck. Who knows? Just trying to gather in this area. I think I'm just going to speed it up a little bit because there's a bit of a lull in action as I go for my second TP. They're not really standard with Russia, but I've noticed that he has 2, and at this point, obviously I can't see his deck name, so I tried to sort of deny him trading posts, as I assume that's the strategy that he's going for. As the Spanish player, yeah, he's gone up with the, as I suspected, he hasn't gone up with the logistician, he's gone up with the outpost and the 200 coin crates, which is a little bit strange because he's already collected the 300 coin, but I guess that's probably to do with the capitalism card. I'm not sure how much coin he had before he sent it. Gone for the defensive outpost again. I might have put that a bit further forward for the line of sight, and you could have combined it with a house, maybe a wall down here, wall down here. But yeah, that's just what I would have done. Opting to herd this towards blockhouse rather than the town centre. As the 5 costs that come out, very, very rare that you send any other card as Russia as your first card. I see I'm stacking 600 wood, which is not ideal. At this point, I send the Cossack up to this trading post because I see he's got 2, and I assume that he's going for the 3rd. So I think at this point, I'm thinking I've got like 9,000 IQ, and I'm going to get as Explorer halfway through it, but it wasn't even there, so that was a wasted journey. And I do eventually end up taking this trading post. The market goes up. It's a bit more of an economical play, this one. You still get the musketeers in early. I sent the skeleton early as well. I didn't really have that much need for any more wood at this stage, really, apart from maybe a couple of market upgrades. Didn't actually have to go for it. Normally you would go for the 5 musketeers early on. I can't really explain why I didn't do that, but I didn't. Then on Fogel Board just to make it a little bit clear. You see, I haven't even scouted the town centre until now, although you can pretty much assume that that's it, which it was. Take down his Explorer, because then he can't make war dogs, although you get the 45 XP as well. He's just going to be able to revive pretty easily on the base. As we bring in the Strelets. Now, obviously, I haven't scouted a military building, but I know that Spain can't send cavalry in Age 2 as a card, so you're a little bit more safe with Spain again than other civs that can send cav in Age 2 than the Strelitzin. And this is always a good catch. You caught them with the pants down at this point. You know you're going to be able to get that settler. You're probably going to be able to kill a bikes. As it happened, I couldn't because we had the pop of the rods and the Minutemen at the same time. Not really ideal because I'm almost one-shotting the rods. As you can see, the one more shot, it's a lot more micro-intensive, and I'm not really managing to pull it off at this stage. What I really need to be doing is, I need to be... But to be honest, I managed to get out with only losing 5 Strelets and 1 cost. As we send in the next 4 Cossacks, so I now have 8 Cossacks sitting on 20 vils. He's sitting on 17 vils, but with capitalism, which counts for 2, I think. So it's pretty even at this stage. Can't see the market upgrades. Is our fault with the UI, the user interface, I think. I'll probably be bringing my Explorer down to here. Get some snares off. As I train some musketeers, I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. Okay, with the... and he's aged up, with the Hussars, which is bad news with these guys because they're really not very good against cav. Fortunately, I do have 8 Cossacks, but they're going to get snared by the rods actually, who don't manage to get a shot off. And at this point, really, I should be just focusing down the rods, focusing down the 1 HP Minutemen. It's a bit of a mess, I'm not going to lie. I've got these Cossacks fighting against this Rodolero, but ultimately, it's not a good fight by any stretch of the imagination. But I mean, yeah, it's a bad fight, really. And I should have killed these guys earlier. They only require 1 shot to kill at this stage. But I did manage to kill 3 of his Huss and the vast majority of his Rodoleros. At this stage, it looks like I can't quite remember what I did from that. I was going to say it looked like I was macroing for the age up, but not what happened. Oh no, I cancelled the musketeers, so I think maybe that is what happened. At this stage, it doesn't look very good for me. You know, the scores are distant. Russia does underscore a little bit. I do have 3 TPs, which I guess might help me get some Age 3 shipments in, but he's pushing me now with... Let's check how many he's got. 9 musks, 5 lancers, a couple of Minutemen, a couple of rods and a dog. Oh, and a Hussar as well. But this, you know, I've got 3 Cossacks, one's on very low health, one's on half HP. Probably should have not done this attack, but I did. It's not looking very good for me at this stage. And they did 5 more musk from his barracks, which eventually got built, but obviously you can see he lost a little bit of health. At this stage, it's looking pretty much like game over. It's not looking good at all. I've got 26 bills, he's got 19, so I do have a strong economy. I think at this stage I might have had steel traps as well. What shipments have I sent in? Only unit shipments, and I've lost all of them. Apart from a couple of Cossacks, so it's not looking great. Lose the blockhouse. Fortunately, I do have almost 250 wood to get up another one. And it's really at this stage I almost chucked the towel in. If I just pause it here, I almost chucked the towel in, threw the towel in. If that's an English phrase and you don't understand what that means, then that means I almost gave up. But I decided to keep going anyway for whatever reason. I'm not really sure what possessed me, but the scores at this point are like, I'm on 66% of his scores. His scores are third higher than mine, which is, you know, a lot higher. He's an age up. I am going up with the fast age politician, as you can see at the top of your screen here. But I thought, you know what, I might as well just put these walls up. It's only 10 minutes into the game. I'll put them up and I'll see if I can fend off. You know, maybe if I kill the folks, then, you know, I might be able to pull it off. So what I've done here is I've deleted the wall pillars. You might notice that there are no pillars in this wall. And the reason for that is because it allows you to firstly build the wall quicker, and also it's cheaper. Now at this stage, I was going to say it doesn't matter if it's cheaper because we're not right at the start, but I suppose it does because I've only got 30 wood. So what I do here, if I just pause it, literally just got rid of them there. So you select one wall pillar, you hit your key or your mouse button for select all of the same unit type. So for me that's mouse button 3. You press that and then you delete, and it only deletes the pillars. And that allows you to save the wood firstly, and also build the walls quicker because speed here is, you know, of the essence, as he's you know, killing my trading post. Should he have pushed potentially earlier? Arguably yes, because it would have been game over sort of 1 minute ago. But he's probably thinking, you know, it's game over anyway. So get rid of the trader post and then just make sure. So the walls are going up. I'm thinking if I can get the 2 folk shipment out and I can get rid of his folks before he kills mine, then I might be with a fighting chance. You just try and make it as awkward as possible. Make as many little pathways as you can, which is what I'm doing here. I think I eventually make a wall here as well. He's gonna, looks like he's come around this way, so then I put my 2 folks at the back here, maybe make a little wall here as well, and then hopefully I'll be able to, you know, kill his before he kills mine. Send in the 13 musket shipment first, because if you send in the folks before it connects, then he's probably just going to be able to kill him with cav. We'll just keep these safe out the back here. Another little war here. Just create as much of a pain as you possibly can. And the way that I learned to do this is just by watching, you know, people on Twitch. You know, having people do it to me. It's so annoying when somebody does this. You know, it could be described as incredibly toxic. Walls are arguably slightly overpowered. But you know, at this stage, Spanish player, the blue player, is hugely in control. I'm putting up another blockhouse so I can hopefully train and upgrade at the same time as I'm thinking here, because I really need to get more muskets out, but I also need to upgrade them. Although actually the upgrade is coming in now, but it would still be nice to have firstly blockhouse fire, and then also the chance to train up to if I get enough shipments. So in Command 4 connecting, really these are what are going to save the game if you know this game is savable. Thankfully his are in quite a nice position. I can snipe those without him getting, you know, towards mine with the cav, because the infantry can shoot at them, but if the cav can't get at them, then they're probably going to be okay. And we've got this gate here, obviously we can stick him through, so he has to run all the way around. And this is why ranged units are always better than melee units, or, you know, tend to be better than melee units because of situations like this. Be really cheeky and put the folks through the wall, pick off a couple of shots at the musketeers. Yeah, at this point he's wasted almost all of his cav. He's getting off a pot shot with a musketeer, which gets returned on immediately. And really at this point I just need to get rid of this one cannon, which I do there. And at this stage, some of his cav's getting around. You know, he might be able to. You know, at this point actually he's probably going to be able to kill both of these. More muskets pop out. By this stage he's invested his entire army into killing these 2 cannons, of which now he's killed 1. There's still 1 in the field. Some poor micro there because he's focused on the muskets instead of the cannons. And that's a successful hold, which looked next to impossible, but that is the power of walls. You know, firstly, due to pathing issues in this game, it makes it very difficult for enemies to get around. So like the enemy might accidentally click here and then his units will start trying to walk around this way or that way. It just makes it very awkward. You know, had I not built these walls, then it was game over. Absolutely game over. Random villager. It's over, mate. Right, it's over. But yeah, walls, you know, arguably overpowered. But you know, if it's a way to keep in a game, then you know, then go for it. At this stage, it's still not looking that good because I can't really get out of this hunt here safely. Still got quite a few muskets. Although, you know, I've got probably an equal amount. Mine are veteran, but of course they're Russian, so they're almost like they're unupgraded. Standard musketeers, whereas his are upgraded. They're slightly better. 20% extra stats. We're bringing the Manchu at this point because I saw that he'd gone, you know, heavy cavalry. With the Lancers and the Hussars. And also these guys are pretty safe. They can run away from anything. They've got 7.25 speed. I thought I might be able to pick off a couple of villages. As we bring down the Explorer to see where his villages are. Then we send in the Oprichniks as well. These guys are rubbish against everything apart from settlers, but they're incredibly good at killing settlers and buildings as well, in fact. So my thinking was at this stage, if I can find all of his settlers on a hunt, then it might be game over. At this stage, I'm still on 26 villages, by the way, because of lack of food, as he randomly sends up another villager. Must be an accidental rally point, as we see. The villager coming up. Definitely an accidental rally point, as we pick up a villager there. So he's on 26 villages at this point, but he's got capitalism as well, remember. I'm not sure if he's sent in Spanish gold. No. And I have 26 villages as well with 3 in queue. Again, he's going to lose another villager. At this stage, the Oprichniks come out. I opt to run away from... to send my 2 villagers towards his after berating him for doing the same. If we look at it from his perspective, so he should see these Oprichniks come in, as we just missed these 2 villages here. At this point, I'm looking for his villagers. And now he's lost line of sight on my Oprichniks. Just here. We looked at it from my line of sight. Just spy them there. And then, how many villages are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 of his 27 villages. And that is the point at which he chooses to resign. So the reason that I uploaded this game, I wanted to show you this game. By the way, look at the score switch at this point. It's gone from being like 12 and 8,000 to almost 15 and 13. Just to show you the power of walls and how smart, quick walling can help you win a game, basically. Had these walls not been up, there is no way at all that I would have won this game. It was me being able to put my falconets behind a wall and shoot and kill his, and then him, as a result of these walls, wasting his army almost completely against mine. That helped me to win this game. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you did enjoy it, then do like, comment and subscribe. It would help me very much. Hopefully there'll be more AOE3 Definitive Edition content on the way soon. Thanks for watching.